Finally, the day is finally here. I never thought I would see this day in a million years, but Tom Brady has left the Patriots. That is right, he's left the Patriots. I'm stunned. You know, I thought he'd be a Patriot till he was probably 197 years old, but apparently that's not the case. The news just came in that Tom Brady has agreed to a deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that is around $30 million a year for like a 43, 44-year-old quarterback. I think they're out of their minds for giving him that much money, but I understand why they would go for, a veteran, heavily experienced quarterback like Brady when they had the chance. Now, I do have to mention, obviously I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Brady. I'm sick of hearing his name. I'm sick of the Patriots making the Super Bowl every other year. But I have to admit, he's one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. He's won lots of Super Bowl rings. The Patriots have been very successful with him. But why did he choose to leave New England? Why didn't the Patriots offer him another contract? They just moved on from two, Jacoby Brissett and freaking Jimmy Garoppolo, who were very good quarterbacks back then. Why now are they suddenly hopping away from Brady when they have nothing? Well, this is kind of what happened. Let's put this in perspective. Bill Belichick has wanted to move on from Brady ever since Jimmy Garoppolo showed success as the number 2 quarterback behind Brady. But the owner, Robert Kraft, wouldn't let him. Back then, Brady was a tiny bit younger. I think he was probably either still in his 40s or just turning 40. And he wasn't showing any signs of slowing down, which is kind of why I feel like the Patriots stuck with him. Obviously, it kind of panned out because they still were going to Super Bowls, still making the playoffs. But after this past season, without the defense, Brady did not look that sharp. I say he wasn't as good. That's really not saying much because he was still pretty decent with the Patriots. But he just didn't have that kind of X factor, especially because they did make the postseason and lost to the Titans in a low-scoring game. Brady's pick 6 in that game was very uncharacteristic of him. Usually when he gets the ball, the fourth quarter with no time left, he makes something happen. And that just didn't happen. And I feel like the Patriots, the owner, Robert Kraft, is finally starting to understand, okay, he can't play forever. We're eventually going to have to move on from him. And unfortunately, the time has just come. Now, you're probably thinking, why didn't Brady agree to go back to the Patriots? Well, that's because he wasn't offered anything. Essentially, he was hearing silence. From all reports that I've heard is that the Patriots did not make him a single offer. So, when you played for a team, for however many years and gotten them 5 Super Bowl rings, maybe 6 Super Bowl rings, and they're just not giving you anything except for maybe a few phone calls and no actual big money thrown your way, it hurts. It really does hurt. So that's why he left the Patriots. Now, let's see some of the decisions for teams that he had. I think the 2 big ones, everyone expected him to go to the Chargers or the Titans. The Titans was the big one because Marcus Mariota is really no longer in contention for being the Tennessee Titans, starting QB, as we've seen with Ryan Tannehill taking the reins. But now that Ryan Tannehill got re-signed, Brady isn't going to go to the Titans anymore, obviously. The other option was the Chargers, who were offering him apparently around $30 million alongside the Buccaneers. So those are 2 teams that were reportedly offering around $30 million. But Brady did not choose the Chargers. He chose the Buccaneers. So why the Buccaneers? Well, number one, the coach of the Buccaneers had expressed great interest in wanting Brady, which is something that the Patriots did not do. This team wanted him. They wanted him for the quarterback that he is now and were willing to pay him for the quarterback that he is now, which is, for any athlete, that's a big leap of faith, and that's important. Brady also, in joining this team, has a lot of offensive weapons. He doesn't just have to throw to Julian Edelman every single pass. He has O.J. Howard, the tight end. He's got Mike Evans. He's got young, breakout-ready Rashad Perriman, who could break out at any point. We've been waiting to see Perriman do some awesome stuff. Maybe Brady can, help him see his lost potential or, unseen potential. I don't know. He's got Chris Godwin, and running back-wise, he has Peyton Barber and Ronald Jones II. So that's a lot of talent on the offense, and that's a lot of weapons for Brady to utilize. Plus, and this is something that is very risky for Brady, he's going to be the quarterback alongside Jameis Winston, who had the famous 33 touchdown, 30 interception season last season. This could be either very good or very bad for Brady. Brady could be this veteran presence who steps in, does pretty well for the Bucs, who are, I feel like, right on the edge of being pretty good if they get a quarterback that doesn't throw as many interceptions but can get high touchdown, high yards. Brady could be the thing that the Buccaneers need to get to the playoffs. And also, with Winston as his understudy, this could help Winston, maybe get more accurate, stop making freaking ridiculous interception passes, and get rid of his Superman syndrome. But you also have to think, I would love this if this actually happened. This would be hilarious. Is if Brady honestly does so bad that they have to bench him and go in favor of Winston, that would be extremely embarrassing for him. After having so much success, if he does so bad that they have to take Jameis Winston over him, that could be a very bad stain on his ego. And on top of that, the express interest, the money that they're willing to offer him, the offensive weapons. There's also the fact that the Super Bowl will be played in Tampa Bay this coming season, and as you all know, Brady is he's foaming at the mouth for another ring. So Brady's gonna want that ring to top off his career. We always say he wants another ring to top off his career, but he's gonna play till he's like 50,000 years old. But he can win a ring at home as like a 43, 44-year-old quarterback. That would be pretty insane, and I think that might have probably influenced his decision a little bit more to go to Tampa Bay. So that's all about Brady and the Buccaneers. What does this mean for the New England Patriots? I think is even more important. Well, they don't really have another option at quarterback right now. They have two guys, Jarrett Stidham, I'm probably saying that name wrong, and Cody Kessler. The more experienced of the two is Kessler, who had a pretty good amount of experience with the Browns in 2016, threw for around 1,400 yards with a 65% complete percentage, 6 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And then that was the most amount of playing time he got in his career. He also played with the Jacksonville Jaguars in 2018 and did not play a single game in 2019. The other quarterback, Jarrett Stidham, did play 3 games for New England in 2019, but it was very limited play. So neither of these two guys have shown success at the NFL level. I don't know what kind of potential these quarterbacks have, but it's very clear that, when it comes to these guys are not going to replace Tom Brady. So the Patriots are probably going to have to go with another option that either means trading draft picks for a quarterback or trading players for a quarterback. But I don't really think that's possible. Being is that I doubt Jarrett Stidham, I probably pronounced that 50 different times in this freaking video, holy crap. Being that he, is probably not going to be the franchise quarterback unless he pulls off some miracle season, which honestly could probably happen knowing the Patriots. They're going to have to go to draft a quarterback probably. So here's where they stand with that. In terms of draft picks in the 2020 draft, the Patriots have the 23rd pick in the first round. They are behind quite a few teams that are in need of a quarterback. These include the Dolphins, possibly, if they decide to move on from Josh Rosen, and Ryan Fitzpatrick, which they're going to move on from Ryan Fitzpatrick. The Bengals need a quarterback, the Panthers need a quarterback, and the Chargers need a quarterback. So those are 4 teams. I would say the Colts, but the Colts don't draft before the Patriots. And they have Jacoby Brissett, but they're probably going to want to draft another option. So they're going to get at the very most, I think, the 4th best quarterback. And the 4th best quarterback is a quarterback named Jordan Love from Utah State. I don't know much about him. I know the big ones are Joe Burrow, Tua Tagovailoa, and I probably butchered that name, and Justin Herbert. So they'll probably be picking in the top 5 of quarterbacks, but I don't think that they're going to get, they're not going to be getting a top 3. And the guy that they bring in, I don't believe is going to have, a good enough year. Like, it's going to be a project, I think. I don't see any of the lower people in the top 10 on this list. I mean, granted, I don't know much about them, but I don't see them coming in and being another Tom Brady. They're going to want to have to get a veteran somehow. This really makes the decision to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett a couple years ago look really, really stupid. I never understood why they made that decision in the first place. Like, obviously, you could have probably kept both Garoppolo and Brady. I don't understand why Kraft, I understand he loved Brady like a freaking son, but why would you sabotage your own team in the process? Because now you have moved on from him and you don't have a young guy to supplement his leave. And you just saw Jimmy Garoppolo go to the Super Bowl. He's not, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Like, obviously, he's not perfect, but, you had a strong option there. And I think that the Patriots made a grave mistake, moving on from him. In terms of picks in the 2020 draft, the Patriots have a first-round pick at 23 and then don't pick again until the third round where they have 3 straight picks. Could go good, could go bad. The third round, you never know. They have a 4th-round pick, and then they have 4 6th-round picks and 3 7th-round picks. So the majority of the Patriots draft is going to be happening in the latter rounds, where, the people you're getting are probably going to be overshadowed, very risky, long-term projects. This could be very disastrous for the Patriots' future, this move, because, right now, they still have Julian Edelman, and they still have, some key points of their defense, but that quarterback position and the fact that you lost Rob Gronkowski, you now need another franchise tight end. You need to, bolster your wide receivers. You can't throw to Edelman every time. So they need to fill some gaps in the offense, and they might have to, use a first-round pick on a quarterback now. And I think that maybe their first-round pick shouldn't be on a quarterback. Maybe it should be wide receiver. It should be, I don't know exactly where the depth chart for this 2020 draft is. I don't know, where, is wide receiver deep with the rich young talent, or is it a bad year for wide receivers? But it doesn't look like they're going to be getting one of the best. They'll probably get a top 5 quarterback if they're lucky, but they're not going to get a top 3. They're not going to get a Burrow. They're not going to get a Tua Tagovailoa. So hopefully Jordan Love or number 5 Jake Fromm pan out for the Patriots. We'll see. Anyways, that's all you need to know about the Tom Brady Buccaneers decision. I hope that was informative enough. Hope I covered everything. If you have any opinions, what team do you think Brady should have went to? Should he have left the Patriots? Should he went to the Chargers? Should he have went to the Buccaneers after all? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.